Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to International Racing League Season 8 F1 Tier Round 8 at Hanoi. I am your commentator, IRL, or as Jared Fosbury. I am joined by my co-commentator, who's a bit better this week, or as Aspect as you guys know him as, or Kevin, has joined us for this weekend.
Hello, and of course today we're at Hanoi, looking at Matthew Alder's form. I guess you would expect him to win. Obviously, I'm not completely sure what has happened a bit more recently. Last week at Britain I did miss that, and then the week before was Bahrain, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not sure completely who won there, but if you want to fill me in maybe.
Bahrain, Matthew won.
Oh yeah,
Britain,
I was at Bahrain. Anything after Bahrain, I don't know.
He won Britain, I believe. Even my memory's going. Something happened at the start where there was an incident with him and another fellow driver. But today I think he's going to get his third win in a row, to be honest, because he's literally a god at this track. Not even Danny could touch him, who's in velocity. So I think Matthew is going to absolutely destroy one today, and I hope he does. You know, I hope he sets a new record. So as he runs extremely off and invalidates his lap time. That's a shame for him, so his lap will not count. Who was next? I think that's Nina Romanelli in the Red Bull today, since Cameron couldn't be able to turn up today. Agreed, Paco. Kevin is back.
Oh, is that... Okay, Thomas just went straight on. I'm not sure what happened, but
he hasn't played the game in a while, so he's probably forgot that ABS law for him.
Yeah, just starting sector 3, he I'm not sure if his brake pedal just stopped working for a second or something, but oh well, not even he's on pad, isn't he? I'm not sure what happened, but he seems to be okay now.
Here comes Nino Romanel then into the hairpin, nice and tidy on those mediums. Got to get the third gear as quick as possible. As you see there, he was losing the rear end a little bit, and that's just a lack of traction. Although purple, since he's the only one who will set the first provisional lap time. Matthews, if he goes cross line, is still invalidated, but I think he'll probably pit, and yeah, he does pit. Bit of a lock up there from Nino.
Oh, and then Thomas has gone round, he's broken off as a wing. That is in turn 4, I think it's called. On the curb, on the left, just took a little too much of it and went right round into the wall. So that's his lap over on mediums.
That is indeed. As Nina's set a lap then, 34.7 on mediums. That's roughly my soft pace if I have a scruffy lap on softs. But Nina's on a 34.7 then. Ollie 33.5, and then Giulio in second with 33.4. And Cornelius, who's returned, who we thought would be a title
looks
contender.
like Lee's just had a crash in sector 3 as well. His wing's off. He's going to come in the pits.
That's a shame there for Nate Lee. Hopefully Cornelius will be back for title contention next season, of course, because I believe Matthew actually can win the championship this weekend. If he wins, I believe. So we'll get more confirmation on that later on in the race. But currently Cornelius is in first with 32.935. As Michael Royce in the Alfa Romeo currently sat in 11th place. And I don't get how that isn't an invalidation, but alright. As he's going, basically I call the roundabout, the second one, or as Matt Reynolds calls it. Down the long straight, he's got his teammate of Pedro behind him, who's coming into the pits. That's a shame that he's not going to get any slipstream. As it still says for some reason on the glitch where Gilo set the fast lap, even though he hasn't. Michael then, let's see what his second sector is and see if it's actually purple on track. It is purple, it's a 1.5.5, yellow's ahead, that's one of the Ferraris. As he's nice and flowing through sector 3, it's very nice and flowing sector, it's probably the best part of the track to be honest. Not the easiest to overtake, but the only place you're mainly going to overtake is the straights really. Unless you get a good run, and this is the tricky final corner. One little error and you're going in the wall, and he does a 1:33.2 and goes third quickest at the moment on soft tyres.
Yeah, it looks like he could probably do a little better. Obviously, Cornelius on a .9, so I'm sure he'll be thinking there's some time to find there. Matthew obviously still hasn't set a time yet. He's in the pits right now. Will this be another weekend where Matthew doesn't set a lap? Because obviously it doesn't look like his problems with track limits has really gone away in quali. Obviously he's invalidated another lap here today, so he might have to come back in the race unless he can get a lap in the last portion of quali.
Well, could possibly be a problem for him, because he did have that at Britain. He didn't take pole in Britain in quali. He would have, however, by 2 tenths, but he in the end was 4th. As Lucas peeled into the pits after he was on a lap, but he's actually damaged his wing through sector 3. That's also why you were talking Ryan has moved up to 2nd with a 33 flat then. On 2 lap old softs there, so he needs to get a fresh set of softs if he wants to try the soft to medium, or soft hard, or soft to medium, or even medium to soft strategy. So he's going to have to decide what he's going to do in the race. And I think Rocco's on a lap right now, Kevin. He's currently purple in sector 1 if you want to go on board with him and come to over his lap.
Yeah, he is purple in sector 1. I'm not completely sure on the corner names in terms of what corner number I guess it is, but he's coming down the back straight now, very very long straight, and now heavy braking into this hairpin to come up to finish sector 2. Will he be purple in sector 2? Of course he had it in sector 1. He is purple in sector 2, so this is looking like quite a good lap. Obviously pole time right now is 32.9, so now through this very tight S section here, I would say. I'm trying to use as much track as possible now, coming through to the second and final hairpin on this track, and now a very tricky corner that could put you in the wall, and he keeps out and goes P2 as a 33.0. Looks like some of those sectors might have been lying to us.
Possibly, but he may have been up
for
there.
me, he said it was purple in all 3, so...
No, maybe the 3rd sector was wrong then, but he was pretty up there, to be honest. He isn't that far off, maybe a couple hundredths, maybe a tenth, couple hundredths of that. So, and it's quite close to top 3. Right now, though, the Thomas, who's raced an FP, I believe, once, I think, this season. Or he actually might not have raced at all. As he used to be named IRL Thomas. But his real name is Thomas Lee Kelly. He's retired from the session. He's on a 34.1, and he's retired it out of turn 4. That is interesting. He's probably gone straight into the wall and just lost complete control of the car. But let's see what Thomas can do then. As now he's and hopefully he doesn't do that in the race, because that would be an illegal pit entry. Excuse me, indeed, I had to sneeze him. As I see a Renault who's going slowly. Is that Ryan? It is Ryan. He's letting cars through, and that's Devin behind him. Matthew Older is on a flying lap, but who's actually going to finish the lap first? It's going to be Brad or Matthew. It's going to be Matthew. And let's see what the 2-time world champion can do today. And while we're here, actually, I talk about the 2-time world champion. Kevin, can you actually look at the standings there quick and see if I was right that he can win the Drivers' Championship today? If you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Although Matthew right now is in 12th, no lap time set. His first lap was invalidated as he ran extremely wide out of turn 3. Purple in sector 2, could be a lie, could also be the truth. Let's see how he takes sector 3 then, where it's just amazing fun, getting so close to the walls there, avoids that curb altogether. As he stays in 5th then. Ooh, nice and tidy there from Matthew. Ooh, bit of a lock-up. Goes up to 3rd, into 5th now. Got to get this corner right. Stays in 5th gear, activates DRS, and it's going to be a 132.549, and that is an answer to CC that he needs to pick up the pace if he wants to challenge Matthew. Matthew then takes pole position currently with a 32.549. So we'll go on board with his teammate Devin, who's currently in 7th with a 33.492. Let's see what he can do in today's race. And Packard, I'm not risking it being fired. As Devon's getting really close to track limit, so that was actually off the track completely. Maybe. Oh, and he loses the rear end there. Very close to hitting that left rear tyre on the wall. As he goes to the second roundabout. And he completely cuts the corner. I think he wasn't making that corner, and he's giving up on that lap. And he will head to the pits, and that is a shame there for Devon. And he will be definitely annoyed with that. As we go on board back with Lewis Curtis, as Brian actually did finish his lap, goes 7th quickest with 33.450. He's on board with Lewis Curtis right now, and I think he's got wing damage again. Yep, he has wing damage in the exact same spot. So I have a weird feeling Lewis isn't going to survive this race. So Andre Paco, you want to put your predictions on Lewis Curtis actually finishing today? He's paying Williams a lot of money with those front wings. Will he actually finish the lap? No, I don't think he will. Massive lock up, yeah, that front wing's not helping him. So that's a shame there for him, as we go on board with Nino Romanello, who is currently 12th. Did do that lap on mediums, didn't have a good entry there in the hairpin, and that could have cost him a lot of time. And he gives up on his lap, and as I said, don't do that in the race. Quality, it's alright, but race, definitely not do it. As Thomas is back on an out lap. What about Giulio? He's in sector 1 then, so he is beginning his qualifying lap. So let's see what time he will be in sector 1. He's currently 600th up on his lap at the moment. As we're going to see how he takes sector 2 then, which is just a straight and a hairpin, and then a little straight. As he comes down the road, already hitting over 205 miles an hour, so he's running a very low setup there, and almost hitting 209 there down the straight. As it's nice and tidy through the hairpin, so Giulio's looking good right now in the racing point. As he's going into the second sector, almost 2/10 up on his lap, so it could be a low 33, maybe a 33.1, 33.2. Let's see how he takes sector 3 and see if he can find any more time to probably challenge for a podium spot. As here he comes then into the final 2 corners. Nice and tidy exit, and here comes now around the last corner, stays in 4th gear for that, and does a 1:33 flat then, so that is 5th place, and that is 3 drivers now in the 33 flats there. And look how close Ryan and Rocco are, a couple of thousand separate them two. And Rocco's actually on another flying lap, but is actually peeled into the pits, so that lap wasn't good enough. And Ollie Favell is on a lap in 10th with a 33.533. Well then, Kevin, have you found any info on Matthew?
Trying to get all of it together right now. Don't want to say it and then do more after. So
yeah, okay. Well then, Ollie's getting held up a little by Lewis. Lewis moves out of the way. Did he just hit that wall? No, and he's got a full front wing this time. Lewis has. How long is that going to last? As Ollie then is coming down the straight. See what his second sector is. He had issues in the first round when he moved up to the F1 tier in the Ferrari. Said it was a bit tail happy at Bahrain. Fixed that with a setup at Britain. Will he be able to fix it at Hanoi and get used to the Ferrari? And to be honest, I understand if it was an FP, yeah, but in the equal cars it's pretty decent, as the race point there moves out of the way, and he's almost 2/10 up, and there's a massive lock up there and goes straight to 4th gear. So that lock up ain't going to help his tyres. He's now into sector 3 now, into 5th. Revs out 5th there for the next couple of corners. Nice and tidy there from Ollie. Oh, massive lock up there on the left. I'm noticing a couple of people locking up quite easy around here, as he's getting so close to that wall, and he's going to set a 1:33.266, 2.5 tenths improvement, but improves a position, but doesn't improve that many, and only improves one position altogether. And he won't be happy with that, as he knows he could probably go a lot faster. But look how close this grid is now. Literally, is that 1, 2, 3, 4 people in the flats? And Thomas, even though he hasn't been on the game for a while, he's currently in 5th with a 33 flat there. So good lap from him. As right now, Devin's done a lap, but Lewis Curtis then, he has somehow still got his full front wing. He's managed to keep it this time. As Matthew Orr sets the new fastest lap. Oh no, sorry, no, I am completely wrong. It's Michael who's actually set a new fast lap, a 32.860, and Pedro's done a 32.913, and CC Brain is still 4th place, but is on another flyer, same as Pedro, so those two could improve their laps very quickly, and I think that's the Ferrari CC behind the Williams and the Red Bull. Bit of luck up there from Lewis Curtis, getting very close. Yellows in sector 3. Julio has retired. There's only 20 seconds remaining of the session though, so maybe that's why. Is Nino going to have enough time actually to get across the finish line? There is 10 seconds for us anyway. Could be an extra 10 seconds for them. But it is going to be cutting it close. However then, here comes Lewis Curtis then. And quality is over then. Lewis Curtis goes 11th quickest with 33.4. Nino has somehow got a lap in. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And yeah, he's backed off since I think he knows he shouldn't have had that lap. Alright, well, that's great respect there from Nino. As right now, though, we're going board with CC, who's apparently 2.5 tenths up in Sector 2. Where will he be on track? Will he be on pole? Will Matthew bottle his lap? Or will somebody else be able to take it? CC takes first place currently with a 32.529. Who is next up to set a lap? I believe it is Michael. No, it's not. It is Pedro. Then it is Matthew Alder, I believe. As Ryan moves to 4th with 32.8. Here comes Pedro now to the line and stays 5th there. Only a couple hundredths improvement. And he will be disappointed in that as we come on board with the 2-time world champion, Matthew Alder. He's coming to the line. What time will it be? And it's a 31.981. What an amazing lap there from the 2-time champion. And nobody can touch him. I don't even think Michael is going to be anywhere near that time. And as I said, Matthew round here is literally a god. Nobody can touch him. And Matthew's just basically proven that. Even Cameron on a good day couldn't even do it. As Michael hits the wall, and that's his lap over, and he will be very disappointed and really annoyed. But I think he'll still start in 3rd position, which isn't the worst place. Well then, here are your official results for qualifying for the 14 runners. Matthew Order then takes first by 5.5 tenths. Good lap there from him. Matthew's basically in F1 10, everybody else in F1 1.5. Cornelius in 2nd, Michael Royce 3rd, Ryan 4th, Pedro is in 5th, Brandon Glover, a good qualifying result, in 6th, Thomas's reserve, I believe he is in 7th, with Julio in 8th, Rocco 9th, Devin 10th, Ollie Flavel in a disappointing 11th place, Lewis Curtis 12th, Lee Kelly, who retired early on, in 13th, and Nino Romanello on medium tyres in 14th with a 34.383, 2.4 seconds off the current best time. As we wait now till we go into the race, wonder what the weather is going to be like.
I mean, I won't keep you waiting too long. I can say that he definitely can win it today. Anyway, I'm almost finished the positions.
Fine, mate. You take your time, honestly. It's it's a big thing. Matthew's going to be definitely a 3rd-time champion either way, even if he doesn't win it today. So, it's we're back to back as well, and he's going to be the first one to do it for IRL. As we wait now for everybody to pick their setups. Matt Romano is saying dry race, boring. Matthew wins by 24 seconds. Well, that's a fair assumption. I think he's going to win it by 20 minutes. Is that a bit too insane? No, I'm joking. I think he's going to win it by 10 seconds, 20 tops, but Everybody else is only a couple of tenths off him, so let's see what their race pace is compared to their quality pace. And Matthew may have amazing quality pace and not the best race pace, but I'm talking to Mr. CRG Blizzard. As we now begin the formation lap, and apparently the fastest lap is still from Giulio, 33.492, even though it is the race, not quali, but okay then, as we now load.
Okay, I have it.
Okay then, if you want to carry on.
If he gets the fastest lap and the win, and Cameron or Michael are third or lower, then he takes the championship. If he's second and Cameron and Michael are sixth or lower, he takes the championship. If he's third and Cameron and Michael are eighth or lower, he takes the championship. And if Cameron and Michael get seventh, then he needs fastest lap and third to take the championship. If he's fourth, Cameron and Michael need ninth. And if he's fifth and Cameron and Michael don't score points, then he takes it.
Well, Cameron's not going to score points anyway. He's basically out of the championship fight now then, since he's not actually here. But it's only Michael then, and I'm guessing he is third. So, what did Matthew need if Michael was third?
If Michael was third, Matthew needs fastest lap and win.
Well, Matthew, you've heard it here. If you are listening to the stream, you know what you got to do. If you want to win that championship, you're going to have to put the foot to the floor and literally get the fastest lap, win the race, and get your third title. But if you don't win it this weekend, it's basically confirmed you win it next weekend. God, I don't even know the track. It's... I was just looking at the calendar. What's next weekend's track? I was legit just looking at the calendar and I'm completely lost.
It's Spain.
It's Spain, so yeah, a high chance you'll win it there, because it's hard to overtake there. As Matthew then is getting the grid ready, and he's actually backing him up, which is smart.
If I actually was mainly taking into account Cameron. If Michael, if you're only taking into account Michael, then if Matthew takes the win and Michael's third, even if Michael has fastest lap, Matthew will still take it.
Right, got you then.
So it's like kind of the other way around then. If he gets a win and Michael's third or lower, then he takes it. Even if Michael has fastest lap, it won't make a difference.
So basically, if Matthew's in first, Michael has to get second.
Yeah.
Right. Okay then, well then, as you guys have heard it, the championship could be wrapped up today, as the 5 red lights have gone out any second now, and they have gone out, and it looks like Matthew's had an okay start, not that much wheel spin, as the Ferrari is already moving around in the background there, and that is Mr. Cornelius, as we do have Ghost in for some reason.
Oh, that is some wing damage. I'm not completely sure who it's for. It looks like someone might have gone deep overall, though. The grid has actually gotten through turn 1 more or less.
It's Lewis. Lewis got the
actually
wing damage.
Thomas who has the damage.
Oh, more carbon for wing
looks
damage.
Like, Pedro also has damage there, I think. Yeah, actually quite a few people with damage.
It might be Brandon, actually. I don't think it is Thomas. Is it Thomas?
No, Thomas does
he
as
does.
well.
Yeah, left end plate. Sorry, I didn't see it. So then Thomas has got wing damage on his debut race then, and that's a shame for him. And other than that, I've got to say, everybody else has gone quite cleanly, and Ollie Favell has dropped all the way down to 14th place, apparently. I don't believe that is true. Actually, it is true. He's actually in 14th. As we can see, Nino Romanel, look at him. He's getting aggressive with Lee Kelly and Lewis Curtis. This isn't going to end well. We're not going 3 wide, are we, boys? We are going 3 wide. Williams, Red Bull versus McLaren. Who's going to get it into the hairpin? Lee's on the inside, got to give space to Lewis as Lewis has to give space. Nino tries to switch back, Lewis gets on the curb. Nino gets the position and Lewis Kerster loses 2 places. And now look at Nino now. He's looking fancy on Lee Kelly. Goes into the next corner, into Sector 3. These guys are going to go side by side through Sector 3. This is dangerous.
Very tight through here as well.
Is that Lewis Curtis
Lee
and Lee? Oh, Lewis Curtis to the wall!
Yeah, it looks like Lewis tried to go around the outside of Lee, but there just wasn't enough space. The door closed a bit too quick, and he's gonna have to go straight in the pits, as will a lot of other people. We'll see really who had damage now. I think some people have actually stayed out with damage.
Yeah, some people have, and as we now have the glitch again with the, you know, you know, instead of Cody's making the game, can we have like Liverpool Studios or EA or like 2K make F1? You know, I guarantee there won't be this many glitches on the game. As hopefully this grid thing resets.
So Thomas, Pedro, Lewis, and Ollie all, of course, had damage. I don't actually think anyone else had. I more or less went through everyone who stayed out. Doesn't look like there's any damage on any of those wings. So yeah, the bottom 4 were the unlucky ones, if you want to put it like that.
Well, Michael Royce is doing what he needs to do. He's currently in 3rd, but it isn't good enough. Matthew would still win the championship, even if he had fastest lap. As there's yellows. Is that Mr. Flevel? It is. Ollie is out, and that is a shame there for him. And he's had more issues in the fry, it looks like, and that is him saying bye-bye to Hanoi and getting ready for Spain for next week. And it's our first DNF only on lap 3. Is this going to be like Baku, where Sondre managed to get a podium even though he's not in this tier? Where Brandon caused a massive pile-up in Castle, and we only had, I think, 8 finishes in the end? Are we going to have less than that today? Hopefully not. But right now, Matthew's already pulled a commanding lead of 1.3 seconds to CC. Michael is in 3rd, but he's getting challenged by Ryan, and this isn't good for Michael. He needs at least 2nd place, and he could have got it, as well as Matthew picks the new fast lap, 36.951. So he has picked up the pace a tiny little bit. Brandon is not that close to Ryan at the moment, 1.4 seconds off, and Nino is at a brilliant start there, Kevin, in 9th place on mediums, the highest medium runner currently, and is looking good to score some points there.
Yeah, I would honestly, I would agree with that. He's obviously, as you said, the highest medium runner. He hasn't had to pit for wing damage or anything. Lee has dropped off a little bit from him as well, so he doesn't really have any pressure from anyone behind. So once these the tires on the guys ahead of him kind of go off a little bit, he should have quite the pace advantage.
Mr. Rocco Walsh is trying to close up on Brandon. He had a podium in Bahrain, got 4th in Britain. Was looking for a possible podium at Britain as well. He's actually challenging Caden Forbes. So Rocco could be a contender next season. He's got some pace on him and consistency. So right now he's challenging currently for 5th place. Could lead better on the end of the race. And Brandon needs to pick up the pace. He wants to keep ahead of Mr. Rocco Walsh. As right now then we'll go on board with... Actually, no, we'll stay on board with this because it's actually close. I thought Ryan actually closed quite quickly to Michael. But Brand's looking like he's running a very stable and aggressive setup to...
Oh, and in comes Michael. Undercut on the top 2 as well.
That's an early pit stop then. Lap 3. Softs at least should be able to last 6 or 7 laps. That's very early. I wonder what tyres he's going on. So we'll go and look at that actually. What tyres is he going on? He's got wing damage.
Pit lap 1, are they on mediums or hards for you, Jared?
They're on mediums on the graphic. Why?
Yeah, because I swear that they pit for hards. Like once they came out, I swear I saw hards on them.
Well, Michael's definitely on hards.
I don't know. Maybe I saw it wrong then.
Yeah, they're all on mediums. It's just Michael who's actually on hards then. Since he had to have his wing replaced. So that has opened the door for Matthew. I don't know if actually they've won the Constructors yet, actually. Have they won the Constructors? Because I know maximum points, I think it's like 172. If it's not with the fastest lap for 4 rounds. So it'd probably be 176 with fastest lap.
25.
The gap they need. As Bran and Rocco still fighting it out for 4th place. As we could see a nice fight for 4th place then, very soon, as Brandon's literally holding up a massive train, and the gap now to Matthew and CC's 1.8 seconds. Matthew can basically just chill out and relax, to be honest. I think Brand's running the wrong setup or something, because he's literally holding them up so much, but he's got so much straight line speed, like none of these lot can catch him. He's using a little bit of his ERS, as Rocco now is looking to make the move. He is literally sending it now. He knows what he got to do to get the position to possibly look for a podium. A little bit of a love tap there on the tyres between them two, and Brandon loses the position. Devin will be now getting ready to make an overtake, and Rocco knows what he needs to do now. He needs to pull away as quick as possible, and already starting to pull a bit of a gap already to Bran. Brandon have a good exit at the hairpin, as Bran then drops to 5th. Rocco moves up to 4th place.
No, I'm just doing out a little thing for the constructors.
Devin then is trying to close up with Bran, but the dirty air from both Rocco and Bran isn't helping him, and this is where the dirty air just destroys racing around here, especially at sector 3, because you can just hardly gain, and you need to gain a lot to make a move. As Devin's lost a lot of time there and could be under threat by Julio behind him, and Nino's not that far from medium, so don't count Nino out for a possible podium. Surprisingly, Nino actually was challenging the Ferrari, in the Ferrari, challenging Matthew at Bahrain and almost took a win from him. Right now, Matthew though, got a gap now, 1.9 seconds. He's absolutely obliterating him.
Yeah, right now there's no real way they can take the championship today, even next week as well. There's 176 points available. Obviously today, is there both AlphaTauris here? Actually there is. So yeah, 35 points is the gap. 176 available. I mean, doesn't take a rocket scientist to see they can't win it today, but yeah, I'd say probably they could win like the round after this, or the penultimate round at Spain or Brazil. No possible way today though.
Yeah, that's understandable then. As right now then, Bran in 5th, still trying to keep them behind him, but Rocco's actually getting on Ryan. So this massive train's getting on Ryan. As CC pits, Ryan doesn't pit, none of the other drivers pit behind, so CC's going for an early stop. Now this is roughly where it is, around at lap 7. Now you're going to have to be committed on what you do, what tyre choice, and he's got mediums. Now he thinks mediums can go to the end. That's 21 to 22 laps. It is possible, I've seen mediums go that long. So he's going to have to push it, as Ryan then moves to 2nd.
Oh, and you can see compared to Michael, there seems to be quite a gap, so his undercut didn't really gain him at all.
Well, he did have a wing change as well while he was in the pits, because he had a bit of damage to his front wing, so he did lose time on that as well. And he's on hards. That doesn't help either. Those hards are going to be shocking around here. Have a look, we're going to have to go back on the action up front, because Rocco is literally just got a pack of cars behind him.
Looks like Cornelius is going to go for a move even before the straight. He's going to go down the inside of the left-hander there, and he's going to have to move just before the straight. But is that going to come back to bite him though? Going down this straight, it'll lead DRS anyway. Nah, he's far enough ahead. It looks like it's going to be close at the end, but it looks like he has the edge, and yeah, he has that move done. So yeah, looks like Cornelius at least is getting a move on anyway.
Cornelius then moves into 8th place. Gap to leader is 21 seconds. I think the pit stop around here is 18. So, as Bran's in the pits. Bran is the first one to make his scheduled pit stop, and he will probably be going on mediums. I will keep an eye on the rest of the grid in case they make moves and stuff.
Yeah, might give him some breathing space. I'm surprised no one really followed him in. Because like after everyone else pits, I mean, Bran was already at the head of the train and has the benefit of the undercut as well, and them being in a train, they'll slow each other down. So it's going to be kind of protecting his net P4, I think it was at the time. So good call from Bran, and I think not so good of a call from everyone else to stay out.
Well, I don't know. He is on hards now, and I think he was meant to go on mediums. So I think he's made a massive error. Because yeah, hards can definitely go to the end from probably lap 5, but they are so slow, and it's roughly 4 seconds to 5 seconds quick on mediums. Softs, it's a lot more quicker. It's almost a whole pit stop. That's why 2 stops sometimes is quick around here. But to be honest, soft medium or medium soft. Medium soft is the better strategy to go, but soft medium can work if you know what you're doing. So
In comes Matthew.
let's see what Matthew does then, because he's going to pit, right? And these guys are not fighting anymore. So let's have a look at Matthew. As he comes in the pits, then we'll see what tyres he goes on. Because if he goes on mediums, then he can go to the end, basically. But if he goes on hards, it'll be interesting. As Rockroll will peel in the pits as well. Oh, he's got on hards. That is interesting.
Cornelius coming around the final corner now.
He's could be in
crossing
trouble.
the line. Will he actually jump him?
Well, remember, it's an 18-second turn 1 is actually... Oh, actually, he has jumped him. This is going to be close, actually.
Yeah, Cornelius is going to come out in the lead.
No, Matthew just comes back out in front, just.
Oh,
But
he
Matthew's
doesn't.
in trouble. Yeah, Matthew may be a guard round here, but he's on hard tyres. Cornelius is on fresh mediums. Mediums will be miles quicker, and Matthew has made a little error there. I think mediums would have been the better option, but he's going to just try and play it safe to win this championship, and I think that's the best option as well. You know, Michael is currently 5th, so I think you said if he was 3rd, Michael had to be like 6th, I think, or something.
If he was, I'll have a look. I have it written down. So.
As Matthew isn't really getting close at all by CC.
If Matthew finished 3rd, Michael would need. Well, there's a thing because I based it off amount of wins, but Matthew would actually win that. So if they were equal, then it wouldn't matter. So he needs to gain 9 points. So 3rd is 15. So
And 6th now he is. That's
Michael
8.
getting 6 points, which would be 7th.
Yeah, I think that is. Oh,
And then it
Julio
would be.
pits.
So Michael would need 6th or 7th with fastest lap.
okay. Then Matthew then is now moves up to 2nd place. Oh, Cornelius had a massive snap there in that Ferrari. Really struggling for the grip in those mediums already, and hopefully he hasn't won them out already, because it'll be shocking if he's done that. But Matthew then into 1st. Ryan is staying out. Now, Matthew is going to the end. Ryan isn't. So I'm interested in what Ryan's going to do, because I don't know if he's praying for a safety car, or he's going to try and hold up Matthew, or something like that. As right now, Julio Lewis actually had a little bit of action there, coming out the pits. Lewis then into 11th. Julio moves to 10th, and Lee Kelly's out. Lee Kelly is retired into the pits. So he's basically given up. Ugh. Can we just make a rule where we can just give him 10 race bans for people just giving up? Because it does made in. And Matthew, what's happened here? Matthew has been overtaken. I thought I'd never see the day. Matthew has been passed then, dropped the 3rd, and I think he's basically letting CC through to do his awesome strat to save his ERS, what he did last year and this year. Save all his ERS, save all his fuel, and just let CC drag him.
Right now they're equal as ERS though. So, I mean, maybe Cornelius will have to use a little more, but if he can get away in this, in Sector 3, which it doesn't look like he's really doing enough, obviously those mediums should be quicker than this anyway. But, yeah, if he can get away on those mediums and get out of Massey's DRS, he could build a gap, which means that at the end you'd have a little bit of breathing space once the mediums become what's the word? I can say the other way that hards would be superior at the end.
Oh, so inferior.
Yeah.
Or unsuperior, or whatever it is. Yeah, I get it now. For CCA.
Inferior.
Yep, that's the word. Well, yeah, mediums will start dying off around about lap 25 to 4, I'm guessing, if he is going to the end, unless he's doing the two-stop. The two-stop is soft, medium, soft, or soft, soft, medium, or whatever you want to use, to be honest. But I think if CC is playing it right, I think he's going to the end of these mediums. But look how much time they've given Ryan. The gap at the start of that lap was 5 seconds. It's now 1.6. Ryan, the softs are dead. If I see a puncture on that Renault...
He's taken them a lot further than their expiry date will say.
I was literally about to say that. As he's legit. If he's not careful in the next like 3 laps, if he stays out that long, of course, he's going to get a puncture. And he's either going to get a puncture here in sector 3 where your tyres getting the most like wear and tear, then yeah, you're going to say goodbye.
Maybe he wants to...
No, he's pinned.
Well, no. I was going to say maybe he wants to kind of influence the championship in some way. By just kind of being there. But doesn't look to have hindered Cornelius too much.
Through the pit lane, I don't know who that guy is. Saying hope it rains in the F5 race. Do you know him? Ryan goes medium, so Ryan is going to the end. So Ryan may have got a podium in sight if he can pass the guys ahead. Through the pit lane. I don't know if that's into the barrier or that's Tim. Or it might be something totally different. Although CC is in first. With a 6/10 gap, as for some reason it went back on board of Ryan. As Matthew then in second, with Rocco in third place. So Rocco currently is sitting in a third place right now. 13.6 second gap already to Matthew. Wow, and Matt said 24 seconds the gap to lead would be, and I said 20. So it's getting there. As Mr. Michael is in fourth currently, and Matthew is in second. Second's 18, fourth is 12. That's 6. Yeah, that's 6 points. So Matthew won't win the championship yet. Ooh, bit of a mistake there from Michael there. Starting to struggle on those hards. He's got the hardest hards here at the moment, 7 laps, and that's going to actually impress me if he makes them to the end. I said they'll roughly make it around about lap 5, but it's not a guarantee, so right now it's going to be an interesting game plan. As we now drop to the battle for 6th place with Thomas and Pedro right now, currently fighting for 6th on similar medium tyre wear. Devin picks up his first penalty. He's currently in 9th place on hards. I think that'll be actually the first time an F2 Drivers Champion has moved up to F1 and is going to win a Constructors title, probably, with Matthew. So our 22nd comment. I think Matt, I think you're on about the can we give a rule about people giving up, I'm guessing. I think we should just give you a 20-second penalty for each race, Matt, and you'll somehow find a way to win. Just hit Monza, for example. As Thomas then is probably lining up and move on Pedro. He's going to get DRS, but so is Pedro. Who's going to have better straight line speed? Rocco's now just lost position to Michael. What about Pedro? Oh my god, we're almost going 3 wide. Ryan's probably sending it. Thomas is sending it, but he can't get the traction, and Pedro holds his own. It's currently a decent fight for 6th place, as Rocco then has dropped to 4th, and Michael is now into 3rd place. Matthew needs to win the race now, I believe, to win the championship.
And I think you would be right with that. He would only be gaining 3 points. He needs to gain 10 as far as I'm aware. So, definitely not enough.
Well then, DRS active for Pedro now. He's 1.1 seconds off his personal best, so those mediums are basically destroyed on his car. But yeah, we'll just see how everything pans out, as I'm literally going to regret driving here tomorrow. I don't know which I'm going to hit more, Spain or Hanoi. As Brandon in 5th, and I've got to say Brandon's doing very well for 5th place, and Tom was just doing well for 7th with the front wing damage he had. As now he's under threat by Ryan, who's not that far. So we've got a very few little interesting fighters. Lewis Curtis, that's a new fast lap, 36.1 right now. The fast lap was actually from Matthew, 36.9 I believe. So, and I believe that was also on used softs. Ryan's got decent straight line speed. He's going to make a move on Tom then. He's sending it. We've seen a crash here before. Unfortunately, it was a glitch when that crash happened. Ryan, oh no! Ryan's just shunted Pedro. That is definitely going to be investigated by the stewards, if Pedro reports it, of course. But, wow. That's not how you make a move there, Ryan. As on board with Rocco, currently a second now off Michael. As Matthew is 6/10. I see yellows. And hang on, that's brought out a safety car. Will people pit? Is Nino pitting?
That's not good for Michael and Cornelius as well, because they had almost a 20-second gap to the rest of the field, and that's just gonna disappear. All of a sudden,
it's not actually that bad, to be honest, because Michael's on mediums. I mean, Cornelius is on mediums. He definitely can make them down to the end. Matthew needs to now actually make the position on track, unless they both pit. They've got roughly a 20-second. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. They've roughly got an 18-second gap. With the delta, I don't know. I think if they pit, they could make it out. Softs from here would be a push. But I think mediums, as Nino's gone on mediums, so I think mediums are the best bet, and Nino will be fighting his way through the field. As well, I wait then for everyone to catch up with the safety car. As Lewis Curtis peels into the pits, goes on his medium tyres. To be honest, Cornelius could pit and go on fresh mediums, or even softs if you wanted to, and Matthew stays out. So it's going to be close, I'll tell you that, Kevin, at the pits, if these two do pit. Because it could stay out. Nope, CC's in, Matthew's in. Now, what tyres are these two going on? Are they going on fresh mediums? Are they going on soft tyres? Are they going on wet tyres? Are they going on inters? Are they going on a set of hards? As we don't know, as they're into the pits. As I said, it's going to be close. And I see softs for the Ferrari team. What about Matthew? I also see mediums. Interesting. CC thinks softs can go to the end. Now he's going to be pushing his luck on those softs. It's going to be close. And, well, they're basically going to keep the positions where they were because Michael's pit. What about Ryan? Ryan is going to take third then, as Matthew is on mediums. Michael's gone softs here, Kevin. That is interesting. Two drivers are going on soft tyres. Sorry, three drivers, both Alfa Romeos, on softs. Do you think that's the smartest option with over 13 laps, I believe, to go?
Well, once the safety car comes in, this is the second lap of it, I think. So it'll come in the end of lap 17, so they'll have to go 11 laps, even if they can keep their tyres at 0%, it's still 11 laps. I mean, to be fair, Ryan took his softs 11 laps at the start. I mean, they might have been dead, but he still took them 11 laps. So I guess it's possible, but they'll be dead.
Well, they won't be as dead as they were at the start because they're on heavier fuel loads. They're on lighter fuel loads now, so we've got to take that into account. But when they do die off, we saw earlier where CC was gaining a lot just within a lap. Catching up Ryan, almost 3 seconds again. So, CC, if I was you, you need to make this work. You need to have a great restart, great pull away, and just fly. You know, literally, if you want to win this race, you got your win robbed at Canada. You had a win at Italy, which was robbed. So hopefully you can win today. It would be nice to see a Ferrari at the top step. Also be nice to have a different winner, of course. But, as I said, Matthew's driven brilliantly this season. So, it's going to be very interesting who's going to win. We could even see Ryan win the race, to be honest. Matthew and CC could have a massive crash. Anything can happen, you know. So, or we could see another safety car from, I don't know, Nino binning it, or Rocco, or even Brandon. So, while we wait up, and I think the safety car will be in next lap because the other two drivers will catch up. If they don't, it'll probably stay out for another lap. And Nino's also on softs as well, so it's going to be interesting. I'll tell you that, it's very interesting what they're going to plan out.
So Lewis gets a 3-second time penalty there. Under safety car.
Yeah, he's probably cut the pit limiter. Pit line.
He did, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he's entering the pits. He must have.
Oh, that's staying.
That's unfortunate for him. I mean, avoidable obviously. It's safety car, but.
Well, also that he's cut the pit line, I'm guessing. So that's the only way he's gonna probably have triggered it. There's no way he could have done it before the corners, because the two corners before that, I believe, is the walls. Like, it's tight to the wall, so you actually can't cut it that much. So, to be honest, he's a bit unlucky, I agree, but the track limits are harsh this year, and it is a shame because you could get away with it a little bit, but you know, it's also a good thing. You know, people are not overtaken off track and stuff like that, like in real life where people have done it. So, although I don't know if safety car will be in this lap now, because Lewis Curtis is nowhere near the pack, so he's literally going to have to get those tyres up to speed and catch up if he wants safety car in this lap, or he's going to wait an extra lap for his softs to be in perfect order and have 10 laps instead of 11. As Matthew then, he needs to win, right? Michael is in 4th, could possibly take 2nd off Matthew and gain some points.
Yeah, I've revised it slightly to accommodate just Michael, obviously, because Cameron's not here. So Matthew being in 2nd right now, Michael in 4th. Matthew can't take the championship. Michael needs to be 6th, and even if he has fastest lap, 6th won't be enough if Matthew finished 2nd. So in this positions, Michael still will have a chance.
Safety car then goes out another lap then as Tom peels into the pits, and the safety car then will be definitely confirmed of coming in this lap then, as Matthew is literally warming those tyres. He's just making sure he can keep them up to warm, and he can do that. Tyre wear isn't going to be an issue for those mediums. However, for CC, he's going to have to get them warmed up at the right moment, because as soon as you warm them too much, you're going to shred the tyres and they're going to be on 10%, and you've been under the safety car if you weave too much. So yeah, you just have to be smart with that. As who's going to win then, Kevin? Who are your odds of winning this race today with 10 laps left?
I put my money on Matthew, but I want Cornelius to win. That's what I'll say. Obviously, Cornelius has a chance. I mean, he can take those softs to the end. If he can get a bit of a gap at the start while his softs are still good, it could get just that breathing room. If Michael gets backed up into people behind, Lakita's obviously on soft, so maybe if he can get a move on, maybe he can pressure Matthew and help out Cornelius in winning at least. He'd be doing himself a favour as well. Matthew not winning would be a big help for Michael. So yeah, it's circumstances that that means Matthew wouldn't win, but like the odds of those circumstances happening are kind of low, I'd say. So
Okay then. Well,
Matthew.
race control, as you've said then, Matthew then is your possible guy to win. I usually don't do this, but I'm going to have to agree. I think Matthew's got it in the bag, as if he can stay with CC and Michael doesn't give him too much issue. Race control decided, safety car will be in this lap, as I said, as Matthew is raring to go, as Cornelius can go as slow as he wants. He can go 1 mile an hour, as long as he doesn't slam his brakes. Or go and then instantly stop again. That's the only rules you've got to follow. You guys do want to put your comments who you think's going to win, do put them down. As here comes CC then, as we're about to go green flag racing. He has gone then. He has bolted, and good restart there from Cornelius. Oh, Ryan almost losing the rear end, and it's a good start as we go green. As the Alfa Romeo of Michael is possibly going to challenge Ryan, possibly in the next straight. DRS isn't enabled yet. It'll be enabled in the next couple of laps, I believe. As we can see, Brandon is losing a bit of time to Michael, as Ryan and Michael are trying to keep up with Matthew and Cornelius. Cornelius has already got a gap of 8 tenths already. Good gap there, and see if he can increase it to over a second to be out of DRS range.
Yeah, and he'll really need to get that gap going.
Oh, I see wing damage. I'm sorry to cut you
early
off.
as he can.
I saw wing damage. Is that a Williams? It is a Williams. Lewis Curtis yet again is getting front wing damage, and he now is out of the point and will have to peel into the pits.
Michael's got past Ryan, but Ryan's going to have a run on him going down the back straight. Will Ryan come back at him maybe down the inside? Michael is going to put his car right in the middle. He's going to really squeeze him to the left. Will Ryan go for this? He is going to try his best, and he is actually going to get the move done. So, yeah, Michael got him just before the straight, but Ryan got him back.
Well, I've got to say that was very questionable from Ryan there, as we have seen an incident like that in FP. The driver luckily didn't get a penalty because it was a glitch with the game, but to be honest, that is pushing it. He's had a bit of an issue with the braking in there. Hopefully no gets reported and we can have a nice clean race, but I don't know, Ryan at the moment's been a bit iffy, but good move to re-overtake as Julio's into pits, I think, then it said, or has he just lost position from Nino? As Pedro now is making a move. Moving up to 8th place, the Alfa Romeo team is now in 8th and 4th, so Pedro is moved up position. His next target will be Nino Romanello, as Julio is just dropping like flies. Wow, look at CC already, 1.8 seconds.
So yeah, he's doing what he needs to do right now. Get that gap going early on, and then hope that it's enough that once Matthew's quicker, then he won't be able to come back at him. If Matthew does catch up and get within DRS, then I don't think Cornelius will be able to defend. I mean, this straight is just a little too long, I'd say, but yeah, he's definitely doing what he has to right now.
True, as Michael is trying to close up on Ryan, but Ryan's just got better slipstream, better aero, better straight line speed. That's the word I was looking for. But Bran yet again is literally being a Yarno trolley at Malaysia and literally just holding a massive train. That is Lewis Curtis, who's binned it in the roundabout. Luckily no wing damage, so yeah, just keep an eye out. But right now then, Cornelius in first, Matthew second, Ryan third, Michael Royce is in fourth, still trying to find a way past. DRS will be enabled this lap as well. So we've got a massive train for Brandon here. Somebody's just pit. That's Thomas, I believe. Yep, Thomas is in, and Thomas has left the session, so I think he's given up. Alright then, so that's a shame there for Thomas, as Rocco then is still trying to close up on Bran, and these lot are actually catching up with Michael as well. That's interesting. Bit of locking up there actually there from Rocco. He's really under threat by Nino, and these two are teammates in the F2 tier, and now they're rivals. Who's going to get it then? Will it be Nino? Will it be Rocco? And these two are very competitive, especially Rocco. You know, Rocco's been always wanting to join IRL last year, and he was like just saying drop me into F2, which was on a Sunday at the time, where there was a few slower drivers.
Looks like Michael's really closing on Ryan now. He's just a little closer than the last lap. He's not even activated DRS, left DRS activated. Now he's going to be able to go down the inside. Wouldn't be surprised if this looked a little like Ryan's move on him. 2 laps ago, and he gets it just before the corner as well, late on the brakes, and that's up into P3 for Michael.
Good move there for Michael, but can he hold it with those tyres? He's been behind the driver with a bit of dirty air. Gap to him and Matthews, 3.5 seconds. He's going to have to fly if he wants to try and catch Matthew. We're on lap 21 out of 28, so there's not that many laps left. But he's going to have to see what he can do, as we're now on board with Nino Romanello there, who was almost a 10th. Oh, and he hits the wall! That may have been a wake-up call. Has he got damage? I want to go on Brandon, see if he's got wing damage, and yes he has. Nino's pitting. Nino's in the pits. And I'm very surprised I'm saying this. So Andre Sohaug is cheering on Cornelius. I thought he would cheer on Mr. CRG Blizzard. But, you know, I've got to give Cornelius a bit of credit. You know, he's doing well. 3.4 seconds now the gap is on lap 22. And Matthew really pushing to keep it within the track there. As Nino giving up then, it looks like. And now he's now the 9th. So we're only going to have 9 finishes. So Lewis Curtis will get 2 points in the end. Because it isn't within the 90% rule yet, the Mr. Nino. As Rocco then is...
Matthew just picked up a time penalty, Jared.
Oh, he's bottled.
He turned in just a little bit too early there.
Mr. Bottle
I
bottles
don't think Cornelius has a penalty, so that could be the end of Matthew's push to the win here.
Well, you know, and it's caused
another safety car.
Oh, I swear to God. Did he manually retire, or has he just binned it out of turn 4? Because, you know, Cody's don't help us, and so you can look at crash cars. Has he binned it? I think he's binned it in turn 4, because it isn't in the pit box. I think he's just lost control of the car and just binned it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Interesting though, will people pit?
Yeah, Cornelius might... if he knows Matthew's a penalty, he might not. But
he might not, because he's on softs. He doesn't have to worry about getting a puncture. 3 laps on the safety car. It's 23, 24, 25, and then it'll have to come in.
Oh, in comes Matthew. Matthew's taking the chance.
Interesting. That is interesting.
Cornelius obviously staying out. Ryan's going to go in the pits, and it looks like everyone else actually Faz kind of let Brand go past him. Brand was took the opportunity to get in front of him, so
well, you can do that in the safety car. You can overtake.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he went so slowly. It was
in the pits. Sorry.
I mean, Brand just kind of took it. It was. I mean, Brand didn't really need to go for anything either. Just like Pedro just went very, very slow.
It's true.
This will be very interesting now. Matthew down in 4s. Obviously, his championship rival up in 2nd. If it stays like that, he obviously won't take the championship. He needs to be gaining points on him. And of course, this is a chance for Michael to maybe take the win here as well. He has 1 lap fresher tyres compared to Cornelius, so if he can get ahead, then he could actually turn what was maybe looking like Matthew's win and then no more championship fight. He could turn it on its head and actually gain points.
Yeah, that is true. And also Michael's on fresher softs in CC, so honestly this is going to be very close. You know, Matthew 4th, fresh softs, right? He's only lost 1 position because he pit. Now, Matthew is going to have to get past Rocco, he's going to have to get past Michael, and he's going to have to get past CC, right? And if he does that,
and
he's won the championship.
3 second gap.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, and build a 3 second gap. But if he does that, he's won the championship. Because then, it'll put, if Michael don't get past CC, then he just needs to win, and he's won it. And Michael needs to be 3rd. So, and Rocco is on 6 lap mediums. Those softs, yeah, they're going to be not dead as they would be. There's no safety car, but they're not going to be great. So Rocco could still be a threat to these two. So interestingly, we're going to have to count on Rocco maybe letting Matthew through. Matthew attacks, he passes them both, he then bolts, gets rid of that 3 set gap, and then Rocco strikes Michael or CC and takes 2nd or whatever he does. That's the only way I think Matthew's going to be able to win the championship, to be honest, today. because I think Michael will get past CC if CC doesn't have a good restart. But that safety car has put a spanner into the works. So safety car actually might be in this lap, to be honest, because everyone's caught up.
Yeah, and it being very late in the race, it would probably call it in earlier than it should have, so wouldn't be surprised.
Well, if it does call it in this lap, there will be DRS on the final lap. Oh, lap 27, I think. So this is going to be close. Is race control going to call it then? Everyone is close. Yep, race control has called it.
This lap.
So this is basically like Britain all over again for the F5 tier, where it was like this, where it didn't go 3 laps, it only went 2 laps. Alright then, let's go on board with CC. Oh, it's Cornelius. Will he win his first IRL race? Will his dream succeed? Will his dream go like that and just blow away? You know, it's going to be interesting. The next couple of laps are going to be nervy for him, especially with Michael in second, Rocco third, and Matthew fourth. These guys are going to be all over him, especially Matthew with fresh softs. So Matthew has got the chance to win the championship today and win the race, but he needs to build a 3-second gap, as we're going to go green very slowly soon.
Yeah,
and he's gone.
Cornelius, has gone.
As we go green back in the race, and we see there the marshal waving the green flag in the background, as we have 8
and I thought Matthew might go right down the inside on fresh softs, and he has. He's going to go right around the outside of Rocco there. Rocco tries to hold it, and yeah, it's not going to be enough. Matthew straight by him into turn 1. A very nice move from Matthew, opportunistic, using those fresh softs to his advantage, and now he can see his championship rival right in front of him as he also sets purple sector 1.
That's good enough for him there, as right now Matthew needs to close up. So I said, what was it? What did he have to do if he finished second? Michael had to finish 6th, didn't he?
Well, no, if Michael finishes 6th, even with fastest lap, it won't be enough.
Alright.
So Michael needs 5th if Matthew's 2nd.
Gotcha. Alright then, so Matthew is gaining and gaining. So Matthew, oh, he's diving it! And he's spun him!
And he's hit him.
Oh, God. Matthew, are you going
Michael's
for the move?
Gonna keep the
nah,
position.
He backs off.
Yes,
he backs off there to stop the ghosting glitch, but that's something lucky there, Matthew.
I'm sure Cornelius is gonna be happy with that, because he's just got a out of DRS range, so for the final lap there's not going to be any advantage, and also through all these corners Michael's going to be holding him up, so Cornelius just got a bit of breathing space, so he'll be very happy with that.
Yep, well, Michael there got a bit of a wake-up call. Matthew a bit late on the brakes. I think he just didn't judge Michael a little bit braking a bit too early, and that happened, you know. It's just sometimes it happens. I've done it exact same spot with the 8 field. So Matthew, I don't think was in. Well, to be honest, I couldn't really tell. It was really hard. He's getting
it looks
really
like
close.
Matthew's going for a bit of a switch back there.
He wants
trying to use a different line. Couldn't make it work though.
Could the
obviously no
Blizzard
DRS
make the
in
move?
Activation right now.
And
by the way,
next
Cornelius' lead is increasing more. 1.7 seconds now.
That's true, Matt, but he may want track position. Now here comes Mr. Blizzard then. He has got straight line speed. He knows he can take this championship today. He needs to get the move done ASAP. Oh, Michael defends late. That could have ended in tears. That could have seriously ended in tears there for Matthew and Michael.
Michael, interestingly, didn't use really any ERS at the end of that straight, so
look at that switchback. Absolutely beautiful there from the 2-time world champion. Just shows him who is box, and just shows him how to actually make an overtake and not defend like an idiot. Matthew then moves into second. Michael in the third, and Matthew now needs to take first place and build a 3-second gap. And look at that, he's already closing already. 1.3 seconds, 1.2 seconds now. He is gaining on him right now, Kevin.
2 laps left as well. So, yeah, he'll want to be
DRS is enabled.
Second gap anyway.
He's got not hardly any DRS though. CC's got over 50, well, under 50, but almost 50. But right now, Matthew's already built a gap to Michael. 1.1 seconds. Matthew is gaining now. He can taste that championship.
And,
he can taste
Michael's
the champagne.
under pressure a bit from Ryan as well behind. So if Michael loses his position, this could end badly, because there's also Brandon and Rocco, who I'm sure wouldn't mind an extra position. So all these guys behind Michael, you can see Michael's really not getting a great exit right now, and also Ryan will have DRS. They were fighting just before the safety car. They're on the same bit of track now. Ryan's going to look maybe to the inside, and Michael defends the inside now, so Ryan's going to go around the outside. He's going to get squeezed, but looks like he has this moved on just before the corner, and he's up into P3 now.
And you said one more position, you'll
Pedro
lose it, right?
and Rocco are going side by side. Pedro goes down the inside of Rocco and takes P6.
So he has to actually finish 5th, doesn't he? But Matthew, he needs to win. So I don't think Matthew is going to win now.
Wins,
it's
then,
basically game over for him.
Yeah, if Matthew wins, Michael needs P2. He can win with the third even with fastest lap. So
it's a shame
he's going to have to hope that Michael doesn't, or that Matthew. I'm getting confused.
2 M's
mixed up.
Too many M's.
Michael and Matthew. But yeah, if Matthew takes the win, then Ryan. Or what am I saying? I should just stop now.
Yeah, I think Matthew needs to win. Michael needs to go to 5th. Well, actually under 3rd. So Sonia wants gap to leader. Gap to 3rd from the leader is 2 seconds. If Cornelius gets a penalty and Matthew passes him, Matthew is champion. Matthew needs to pass Cornelius. But right now, Matthew is going to have to literally just gain over 3 seconds on this final, well, the second sector and the third sector, because Cornelius is doing his best as possible.
Tapped him there a few times.
I know Matthew. He wants that position. You can just see him get so close. ERS is activated. Who's going to win?
A similar amount of ERS. This is the last.
Oh, it is the last lap as well.
Chance. It looked like Cornelius was able to use his ERS a little longer there. They've pretty much no ERS now.
Oh,
it's just
no, goes Matthew.
DRS
Oh,
Matthew.
no!
And if Matthew. No, Matthew went. Cornelius
that was weird.
Keeps the place anyway.
Has he got he's got damage. There's yellows.
Cornelius
Michael's 5th. Damage. Michael is 5th. He's got wing damage. Michael is 5th. Julio, be a legend.
Cornelius has wing damage as well.
Julio, be a legend. Get
left
that position.
end plate damage. Matthew still could take the win at least on track. You can see how much quicker he is. Cornelius is going to have to defend. It looks like Cornelius is going to just about take it, but that was so close. And
Matthew's going to lose another position.
Right behind Matthew.
Who's going to win then in the end? Matthew takes 2nd. Oh no, Matthew goes 3rd. Pedro takes 2nd.
Pedro jumps to P2.
Ryan 4th. Julio takes 5th. Then Rocco 6th. Michael 7th. Michael is 7th. Is Matthew champion? Yes, he is. Matthew is champion. Well, there we have it then. That is your official race, and even Matthew didn't have to win today, and he is world champion. 3-time champion there for Mr. CRG Blizzard, or as he likes to call himself, the driving god, as I hate to admit it, but still, great race from him, and yeah, it's just a good deserved championship. Back to back now, 3. Will he go for the 4th? As we can see, the top man, CC, finally gets a win in the Ferrari, as he could have had it at Canada, could have had it at Italy, but finally gets it at Hanoi.
And Cornelius also takes the fastest lap. If Michael had the fastest lap there, he would have just about held on. But yeah, 1 point not enough to stay in it.
Well then, the official results then. CC does get the fast lap, as you said, at 35.580, so he will be taking 26 points to the Ferrari team. Pedro in 2nd, Matthew Older 3rd, and does take the championship. Ryan 4th, Julio 5th, Rocco in 6th. Michael tried the best as possible can and just finished 17th. And it's just unfortunate. And two little scary moves on under braking almost cost him his race with Matthew. Brandon in 8th, and Thomas and Lewis all left the session without the 90% rule. Nino, Devin, Lee Kelly, and Ollie Flavel, and Lewis Curtis, who all DNF'd in today's race. And wow, what an interesting race, and well done to Matthew. And Miles deserved a win there for Canadian. Starting second, pulled the strategy to the bag, and I said though, that soft to medium strategy is miles better than the soft hard. GG to CC, and oh, you legend.
Suggested them, but
you absolute legend. As we'll invite the top three for podium interviews. I don't know if Pedro will join since he didn't join last time, so yeah, let's see then. Well then, the Drivers' Championship has been settled. While we wait. Well then, Ken, while we wait for them, what is your highlight of the day?
Damn, I'm not actually sure. I don't know. Is my answer.
That is an answer, and that's a fair answer, to be honest, because there was that many. I think it's Ollie Flavel DNFing. I think that's my drive there now, all jokes aside. I think Matthew winning his third title, coming back, pitting softs on that final safety car and fighting his way through the field to claim the title. Didn't work out well for Michael. So I think deserved 3-time champ. There's only one person who probably can match him, is Mr. Fosbury. FP and F5, I can wrap them up. Both was 3-time champions, but Matthew's done it in the top tier 3 seasons in a row, so I think Matthew's done very well. And speaking about Mr. Blizzard, he has made it for the interview. Well then, Matthew and CC have joined.
Oops. Yeah, I think my highlight would be probably Cornelius's drive.
Okay, then I'll give you that.
Because he didn't really put a foot wrong, did he? I don't think so. I would say his drive in general.
I can hear him now.
Well then, we'll start off with Cornelius, if I've got everything here. Yep, Cornelius is there. Well then, Cornelius, congratulations, I believe, on your first win in IRL. You could have won in Canada with that reverse strategy when it started to rain really rapidly for the Inters, and then in Italy it got taken away from you by Louis. Do you think this is the best win you've had for IRL this season since it's your first, and do you think you can get many more with the rest of the season to finish out?
Yeah, first of all, thank you. I don't know. I think it was a good race for me, but like the first safety car, played into my cards with the strategy I was going for, and yeah, then the second safety car completely screwed me up on this point, but managed to hold on luckily, and I wouldn't say it was my best race, but it was definitely one of the best.
Well, yeah, I've got to say, as you said though, with the safety car, you said that kind of screwed you. I think that kind of helped you out with the tyre wear a little bit with the softs, but it hasn't helped where it closed everybody up again. And Matthew pit for fresh softs. But with you and Matthew battling for first place, if there was an extra lap, do you think you could have held him for that extra lap, or do you think Matthew could have pulled away? And especially with that penalty as well, and you had that little coming together at the end of the straight, do you think you could have held him for one extra lap?
I didn't realize at the time that he had a penalty. I didn't check, and that's why I was battling so hard with him. And yeah, he catched up massively to me, so I don't think I could have held on another lap for him, because the air is just too powerful on this back straight. And yeah.
Well then, Kevin, have you got any questions to ask Cornelius before I ask him the final question?
How was it seeing Matthew at the end pit behind you and you staying out? Were you confident in that strategy working, or did you think maybe that you would have made a mistake when you saw that he was only fourth with a few laps to go?
No, I don't think I made a mistake there. I think the tire wear wasn't a big issue, even though even if the second safety car didn't come out, I don't think I had any troubles with it. But yeah, I knew if I'm gonna pit, Lakito would stay out. I was definitely sure about that, and probably one of the medium runners like Black Phoenix. So I wouldn't be able to stay in the lead, and I knew, unlike only Blizzard had more pace than me, so it was just the right option to stay out and like try to make a gap before Blizzard can catch up.
Alright, then congratulations on your win, then, and I'll give it back to Jared.
Well then, thank you, Kevin. And well, all I've got to say is congratulations on your win, of course. And finally, you get your first win, as I said. But Spain is next week. How do you feel you're going to be there? Do you think you could get another win and show that you've got pace possibly for next season for a title fight with Matthew? Or do you think that's still going to be a task to do for next season to work on that? And how do you think that's going to happen?
First of all, Spain next. I think it's going to be... I don't know, I don't think I will have great pace there, but with the tire wear, soft hard so hard to do, it's probably a gamble whether you can make it or not. And yeah, I'm not the fastest guy here, but today I played it smart and got to win.
Okay then, well, thank you again for the interview and congratulations on your win. Well deserved without the day,
Thank you.
without everyone and driver of the day, on my opinion. And congratulations again. Well then, we will move on to the, I don't know, what is it, 7-time champion, 2-time champion, 0-time champion, CRG Blizzard. Mr. Matthew Order, who's the 3-time champion then, has wrapped his title up this weekend, and I've just got to say, magnificent job. You know, that especially amazing overtake you just showed Michael there in the hairpin approaching Sector 3. Oh, beautiful. However, how do you think your race went on your point of view?
Well, it went good. In the first stint I was the fastest. Managed to break a DRS to CT. They did keep up with me though, unlike everyone else. So it was kind of just, I knew it would just be between me and him, particularly if I got a penalty. And then the first safety car came out, which was unfortunate. I'm not sure if CC would have been able to make those tyres to the end, but I wasn't very confident that they would have made it. I don't know if they would have though, because we didn't see it. So yeah, and then I went on to mediums, which was probably the wrong call. And then yeah, I was just tried to get the best advantage I could. Make sure that the gap between me and CC was as low as possible, so that I could catch back up to him. And then we had the second safety car, which also was a shame because I literally just got a penalty right before that, which brought everyone within a penalty range of me. So that was annoying. And then yeah, then I just tried to get the collision with me and Lakito in the hairpin. I was going to try and make a move around the outside, and he came back across, which I didn't expect, so I had to try and avoid it. And unfortunately, it was just contact because I just couldn't do much else other than what I did. And then the next lap, I tried to go over his side, and he cut me off, and I think he got himself wing damage from that. And went on his outside, and then just tried to switch back, and it worked. Got me past him, and I tried to be as fast as possible, catch up to CC. But I did pick up a bit of wing damage when I was behind Black Phoenix. I didn't expect him to go so slowly, so because he wasn't the medium, so I didn't. So I just braked a little bit through the middle of the last corner, which made me hit the wall. So I was carrying that on my shoulders for the last stint. And then yeah, I did catch up to CC, and then I put him in the wall. I tried to go for a move because I didn't think that I'd be able to get a good move done around the outside. And obviously that put him in the wall. I apologise to him for that, it was a bit stupid. And then I just let him coast home in front of me, because if I did lose a position to anyone behind me, it would have been my fault because I lost the time myself, so I just didn't want to pass him, in case it really did put me ahead of like Faz, for example, who didn't have a penalty. I just felt like it wouldn't be fair if I put him in the wall and then use that to my advantage to pull away.
Well, to be honest, that's amazing sportsmanship, and you did roughly the same with Michael. You know, you lifted off, so like when there were ghosts, I think I didn't know if you wanted to stop like desync or glitch. but you lifted off and let him stay ahead. But even still, with the incident with you and Cornelius, I think that was just bad judgment, to be honest. But I think Cornelius isn't really that disappointed because he still won at the end of the day. The incident with you and Michael, that was in the long straight where he got wing damage. That was weird, to be honest. I didn't recognise what happened there. But other than that, mate, you driven an absolute awesome race. You know, fighting your way back through the field, getting past Rocco just when it went green flag racing. It was just amazing to see. And you've done what you said you were doing, winning your 3rd championship. Your next target is your constructors. But Kevin, have you got any questions to ask Matthew?
Really, what would you be doing for the last few races? Obviously, you've won the championship now. There's no way anyone can catch you anymore. So, just relax for the next 3 races, or same approach?
Well, relaxing is pretty much what my approach has been. So, in that way, I guess you could say it'll be the same. But I might consider starting last. Jared's been begging, and I have won the championship now. So, may do that 1 races. Make Jared happy.
Alright. Well, congratulations on your title then, and good luck for the last few.
Well, Matthew, as you said, I'd like you to start last. And I think you should start last for Spain. US, I think USA is on the calendar, in it, or was it Brazil?
No.
Brazil.
It's Brazil and then Marina Bay.
Marina Bay. I think those 3 rounds. I think you should start last. I think that's pretty fair. And then for the next season, start last.
I don't think I'll be considering Spain in that.
I don't blame you. I legit don't blame you. But speaking about Spain, how do you feel you're going to be around there, and what pace, and where do you think you could be finishing? Could you get a win this time, or a podium, or just points? As you said, you're not really keen on starting last.
Well, I would like to keep my podium streak going. Make me feel a bit like Michael Schumacher, like his 2002 season, I think it was, where he came like 3rd like once, and then just finish on the podium every other race, IRL than that. I think I'll just aim for a 2nd or a 1st for the race, because I think based on majority of his races, I think that's just a good aim, really.
Oh, that's good to see then, and hopefully you have a good race at Spain. But as I said, and what the other guys have said, congratulations on your 3rd title. And you know, you've done it in 1 top tier. It's amazing.
I'm just looking. That is actually like your lowest ever finish this season. You've had 2 P2s and the rest have been wins. So that is a statistic.
That's a good statistic as well. Well then, we will end the stream here because I don't think Pedro will be joining, but as I've said, congratulations to the guys who got 1st, 2nd and 3rd, which was Matthew, Pedro and Cassisi, and obviously congratulations to Matthew winning his Drivers' Championship, his 3rd title. Well then, I've been your commentator, IRL Neon, or Jared, or whatever you want to call me. Been joined by Aspect, or as Kevin, or as Nexus Aspect as it used to be called.
Always.
Gotta throw that in. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the race today. This has been International Wrestling League Season 8, Round 8, F1 tier at Hanoi. If you want to see more amazing content from IRL, join us tomorrow, 4:30 UK time, for the F3 and F5 tiers, where there'll be some action-packed racing from the F3 guys, and also a few fights for F5 where championships could be settled. But tune in for them, and then get ready for FP, which is on Wednesday at 8 o'clock UK time. Well, take care, and see you guys next time. Just got to add that in.